maybe I can get something.
Yeah, we're gonna, I don't know, listen to your perspective. At this point, we can just listen.
For sure. All right, so I got two motherfucking friends right here. Two motherfuckers who are feeling unmotivated. Now, they're trying to find a solution to how they can be motivated, right? How can they be motivated? How do you think these motherfuckers can be motivated? Well, I got a solution because, we usually make videos talking about, motivations and shit. But right now, they're low energy people. They don't feel like it. They're feeling unmotivated. They're lacking the energy to be on a video and talk about it. And I told my friend, you know what? You don't always have to feel motivated to talk. Sometimes people want to see what you're going through. And we're humans. We're not always 100% motivated. There's going to be times where we feel like we are negative 50% down energy, and that's just how it is. We're not robots that we are programmed to do certain things and be active for 100% all the time. We're humans, and our currency is energy, okay? Our currency is energy, time and energy. So we must protect our energy, right? So there are people who are feeling unmotivated. And sometimes I tell my friends who are feeling unmotivated, like these two right now, to be active, okay? That is the solution. Be active. Be physically active. Because when you are alone, keep in mind, when you are alone, you tend to think a lot. And when you think a lot, you overthink. That's when you fuck yourself up. That's when you start thinking of what's going to happen next. You start thinking of what's ahead of you instead of thinking now, instead of what can happen now? How can I live up to now? Because the key to happiness in life is living to now. What is now? You have to live in the now. Live in the present. Live in the moment. That is the key. You can't be thinking ahead. You can't be thinking in the past. You can't be dwelling of your future or the past. You have to live in the moment. That is the key. That's why people tend to feel unmotivated because they think ahead of themselves. They think of what could happen. There's nothing wrong with thinking ahead or planning in the future, but you have to be aware of what you currently have right now in the moment, because all you can control is what is now, what is in the moment. You can't control the future. You can't change the past. So what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to take actions now. You're going to fucking do what you have to do right now. You can't be fucking overthinking of what's ahead, bro. Like, let it be to God. God will handle shit for you. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself now. You have to do things now, and then God will just let it be to God, trust in God, and then he will pave the way for you in the future. So that's why people feel unmotivated. People feel like they're lacking energies because those thoughts are draining their energy. Those negative thoughts are what's beating them from actually taking actions. Those thoughts, those imaginary thoughts that you cannot touch, they're not even physical. They're not even physical, and people are just being controlled by those thoughts. You feel me? Like, those thoughts are having effect under mental fortitude. It's beating them down. Like, why? Those are just thoughts. Thoughts cannot fuck you up. You better be scared of some big ass Hawaiian dude that's in front of you because he can fucking hurt you. But your thoughts are just thoughts. You know what I mean? So you have to take control of your thoughts. You have to be able to control of what is in your head, because what's in your head is going to manifest in the physical realm. So it's very important to take control of what is in your head, and it's going to affect you internally. And from there, you're going to feel good. You're going to manifest it physically. You know what I mean? So there's another thing too. Like, when people get sick, I have this theory that people get depressed, people get diseases because of what they have in their head. They operate in the realm of fear. And when you operate in the realm of fear or low vibration, it affects your cellular level in a very deep level. When you have fighter cells, when you have a fighting mentality, you transform your cells into a fighter mentality, and your cells are able to fight these diseases and all these fucking negative emotions, and you turn into a fucking superhero, to a fucking Superman, because you have fighting cells. So it's very important to have a strong mind. Do not let your thoughts beat you down. Do not let your thoughts get the win over you, okay? Your thoughts, we're going to have those thoughts. We're humans, and we tend to sway around. We tend to go this way. Our thoughts are crazy, We can be called insane for just having insane thoughts, but it's because we're humans. It's inevitable, Things will just happen. Those thoughts will just occur. But the ability to control those thoughts is the key. all right? You need to be able to control your thoughts so that way you don't overthink, and you will have control over yourself, and from there you will be able to live in the moment. You have to live in the moment because that's the key to happiness, all right? You have to live in the moment. You can't be dwelling in the past. You can't be dwelling about the future. You have to live in the moment, and you have to be active, okay? You can't put yourself in an isolation mode because that is where you will be the most depressed. That is where you will just be in a cave, far away from people, and that is not a healthy way of living. You have to be active. We need to be socializing with people. We need to connect with people because we are meant to connect with others. That's what we're meant to do. We need to communicate, learn other skills, learn new skills, and be able to meet new people and learn from them, learn from other people's perspectives, and that's how we're going to unlock a new piece of puzzle in our life, because our life is like puzzles, it's like one piece, and then you build this big picture. But once you build this big picture, there's going to be time where it's going to be collapsed again. It's going to be rumbled again. And it's your job to put those pieces back again together. You know what I mean? You got to have a strong glue. You got to have a strong glue so that way if somebody tries to rumble your puzzle, you're able to bring it back. You know what I mean? So that's why I say you need to have a strong mind. All right? But yeah, be physically active. Play a sport, join an activity, just be active. That is the key. I feel like most people are not active. When you're not active, you're thinking a lot. And when you're thinking a lot, that fucks up your mentality. And from there, when it fucks up your mentality, it fucks up your life spiritually. Okay? It affects you spiritually, and you feel like you have no energy. You feel unmotivated because it started from your mind. It started within your mind, and from there it just started to break you down. So you have to build a strong mind. You have to be active. That is the cheat code. You have to be active because when you are active, you are playing sports, for example. You're focused on sport. You're focused on whatever sport you're doing, right? So those thoughts that you were dwelling upon are going to be neglected. They're going to be rejected because you're focused on your sports. You're focused on doing things. And then from there, once your cells are being trained to be active, those negative thoughts are just going to replenish. They're just going to be fucking gone. They're going to fade away. You're focused on your new task. You're focused on your new thing. You're disciplined because you took action. You became physically active. All right? Because sometimes hearing people talk like me, you're hearing me talk, right? Sometimes it's not enough because it's going to go into one ear and then come out on the other ear. Sometimes for people it can be motivated, they can be inspired, but they need to take actions. That's the key. You can't just be hearing things in and out. You have to take actions, and then from there you will see results little by little. You will see results little by little, and that is the key to pursuing a new path in life. So that is one of the things I'm going to tell my friends right here who are lacking motivation, who are lacking energy, that I'm going to tell them to take actions so that way they can focus on new things and perhaps make new pathways in their life, So take actions and build a strong mentality. That's what's going to allow you to have a good spiritual and mentally and physically, being. And yeah, I just feel like my friends are lacking motivation. I feel like they're not being physically active, and I feel like there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of distractions going on in their lives. When you have these distractions, it can really take a toll. I forgot the word. Take a toll under mental fortitude. People around you can really affect you, but it's your job to build a strong mentality. Okay, it's your job to, be active and stay strong because you have people around you that you need to take care of. You're a man and you have to take responsibility, and you can't be beaten down by those thoughts. You can't be beaten down by those things, by those negative things. You have to make sure that you trust in God, that you have to do what you got to do in the moment because that's all you can control. And from there, God will reward you, okay? God sees the future, and you just have to take actions, okay? You have to take actions now. God sees the future ahead of you. You can't see the future. You can't change the past. Remember, you can only take actions now. So leave your faith in God, leave your trust in God. He will pave the way. Now you have to do the digging to the goal, okay? So I just feel like when my friends, these two right here, are feeling unmotivated, they're lacking the energy, it's because I feel like they are there are distractions in their lives that need to be taken care of, and it's taking a toll in their mental fortitude. And the key is to be active, to be disciplined. Be active, play sports. It's going to teach you discipline. You have to apply that in life. And from there, it's going to change you into a better person, you know? Yeah, it's going to fluctuate. You know, it's not always going to be like, you're not going to be 100% motivated. There's going to be times where you're going to feel unmotivated, but that's just human beings, you know? It's us being humans. But it's our job to get back on track and just keep grinding. Just trusting God. Just trusting God, and everything will be fine. You know, when you trust in God, there's nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? There's nothing to worry about when you leave your trust to God. You just grind. You just do your purpose. You just follow your purpose. And from there, everything will be fine. Everything will be great, right? So leave your trust to God. Ask God to give you power, discipline, and mental fortitude, and He will give you those things, but you have to take actions. Okay? Be physically active. That's the cheat code, guys. Be physically active, because it's going to train your cells to have this fighting mentality. Your cells will become like Superman cells, where you're impenetrable, bro. Like you're like a shield. You just don't get hit. You don't get hurt. You're just a new being. So build a strong mind, definitely, and be active. All right? That's the key. Be active, and you will be disciplined. Take actions now, because it's all what you can control now. All right? So YouTube motherfuckers heard that shit? Say yes, at least.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. One love. Peace.